The fuck happened? Oh, it's a sword. I wonder
There we
what the
go.
hell that was
Now
next to
you
your
can hear us
brain.
on stream because it helps if I actually unmute us.
Oh,
But hey ho.
How many minutes?
Hi. Hello,
How many
people.
minutes?
yeah.
8.
So 7
8
minutes. 8 minutes. So
Okay.
you got to rant about your
Not so
week.
bad.
Nobody heard it.
Oh no, it's only been 5 minutes. 5 minutes of ranting. Lucky sods you missed it. But hello again.
Hello.
Welcome.
What
to
are
the
we
stream.
doing today?
Sorry we missed you on Sunday. It felt very weird. Hope you all had a good
Yeah.
Easter, or at least got lots of chocolate. Now we're caught up.
Eli's an
I
egg.
left all my chocolate at Iris.
I'm a what now?
A
An
baby egg.
He's an
Yeah,
egg.
you baby
Oh, baby egg.
Egg.
Oh yeah, right. I'm a
egg.
baby egg.
You got to
Egg.
hit that hard G, the baby egg.
Egg.
Yeah,
Egg.
in the back of the throat. Egg.
But yes, we did have the stream format, or the aesthetics of the stream has changed because I did think I was rather clever and create 2 buttons that were meant to be interactive buttons that you could click that would have little runes that appeared above and a little counter, so that while we were playing Would You Rather, which is our first game of tonight, you'd be able to click if you would rather do A or B, and it would note, and it was going to be fun and give you guys something to do. But technology apparently doesn't like me today, because I can get it to work in one place and one place only, and that place isn't the stream where it's supposed to work. So fun. I'm now wondering if I need to put it into stream element. No, I'm not gonna fall into that trap right now.
Nope.
Step away from coding for the next 2 hours.
You need a test stream.
I do need a test stream, but I also think I figured out where I've gone wrong with it. So I
You could just fix it.
Might. No, because it's going to take me a minute to check if I'm right or not. But anyway, tonight we're playing Would You Rather Bookish Edition and Bookish Scattergories. Would you rather, you need nothing but yourselves. You can say A or B, you can type A or B, whichever you'd prefer. I might pick some people at random to tell me why they picked either one, just for fun.
Oh, no.
And then for
That
categories,
sounds fair enough.
You will need pen and paper or some form of equipment on your PC to take notes. Because for anyone who hasn't played categories before, you are given a list and a random letter, and you have 3 minutes to write down something for each thing on the list, starting with that letter. It's bookish, so it's going to be a giggle.
Ooh.
And then we're going to compare answers and see if we've got any overlaps, because that'll be fun. But would you rather time? Let's see if I can get this to do what I want it to do. Which is, I should be able to put that like that, and then turn this on. Ta-da! Something worked. Start at the beginning. Yeah. Are we ready? Okay. First up, would you rather be best friends with your favourite protagonist or date your favourite villain?
Date my favorite villain.
100% B.
B. Yeah, date my favourite villain.
Okay. Paris, I'm going to call on you. Who's your favourite villain and why would you date
Okay.
them?
I mean, he's not really a villain anymore, but it was Loki.
Oh, fair. Absolutely
Very
fair.
Like, I have the Loki book somewhere about him in his teen years. And by then I already had a crush on him, so. But yeah, Loki.
Fair enough. Tarn?
I just think it'd be much more interesting. I don't have a specific person in mind. I just think that a villain is much more interesting than a protagonist.
Also fair. No one went with be best friends with some favourite.
It sounds so boring.
No, I
See?
enjoy being friends with like Violet Sorrengail or Maybe not
Okay.
Feyre. I don't think we'd get along very well.
You need
No,
to
that's
understand that if I was friends with Violet, I would check every meal I ever touched.
Yeah, I kind of get
Friends.
that.
I'm trying to think, like, I have
You
favorite
didn't
books, but I
specify
don't
best friend.
necessarily have favorite protagonists. I would 100% happily be best friends with Elizabeth Bennet. I think we'd have a
Fair.
giggle.
Very fair.
But like, I love the Lord of the Rings books, but I would hate to be friends with Frodo because he annoys the fucking tar out of me. And I just want to smack him a lot.
But
Like,
what about
stop
Sam?
feeling sorry for your... He's not the protagonist, though.
No,
He is a protagonist.
no.
Sure, but if that's the case, can I be friends with, like, the entire Fellowship? Because Gandalf
Yes.
and I are having amazing nights out.
Yes. Like every single like a book doesn't have to have just
Legolas
one
and I are going
protagonist.
dancing. 100%. He looks like
That's
he'd be a
fair.
great dancer. Gimli and I are going for dinner. Because you know that the dwarf's cooking game is on point. Aragorn's a little bit broody. I think I'd just slip him a book that I think he'd be interested in. We'd be buddies. Just sitting quiet together. But yeah, no, I'd be best friends with Gandalf, 100%. Like, yeah, you're
feel
my
like he
best
would
friend.
love
Do
mine.
magic for me.
Yeah.
Will you come to my book club on Sunday? They could do with some fireworks. Okay. Would you rather only read standalones forever or only read series but never get the final book?
Standalones.
Standalone.
Standalones.
Standalone. I have read too much fan
How
fiction.
many of you have been left with this series will not be finished?
Yes.
Yeah, too many
Pain.
times.
Pain and
I
suffering.
remembered a series that I'd really enjoyed the other day and knew that I was waiting on the final 2 books and remembered at the time that they'd said that the penultimate one was going to come out the following year. And then obviously put it down, thought, yeah, I'll definitely remember to look that up, and then forgot. Went and looked now. It's been over a decade. They're still not out. And I'm like, okay, you're just never finishing
Are
these
you
books.
are you talking about A Song of Ice and Fire? Perhaps I know it
No.
isn't.
I was gonna say
promise you it's
RIP
not
Game of
because
Thrones fan.
I can't stand.
I know
King
you
of the
don't.
North.
I know you don't like.
No,
the
it
book.
was actually called. I want to say it was called War of the Fae. It was like a YA isekai type. Girl ends up falling into like the Fae world and has to help them stop a war. But there were supposed to be 10 books in the series. She got to 8. And I was like, okay, now to just wait for book number 9. It's been a decade. We still don't have them. And I'm like, wow.
I
have one of those series, but it's the author died before she had
fair.
written the last
Oh,
2 books.
how dare they die? Like,
Yeah,
Dare
but
you leave this mortal
it's one
plane
thing
with
to
words
die of
unwritten.
old age. She actually had an accident and died. So it's like even more devastating.
But
Okay,
still,
so
how
you-
dare you leave the
Yeah.
mortal plane with words unwritten?
Yeah.
That's the reason I didn't read the Dark Tower series, because I was goddamn convinced that King was gonna die before he finished that series.
King's never gonna die, I swear.
That might actually be true.
I'm pretty sure he's one of the immortals. But yeah, I
Sorry,
think
ignore me.
I think if we never got the next book in the Empyrean, I think I'd cry. Because you couldn't end it on Onyx Storm. You absolutely couldn't. I'd be practicing necromancy.
I mean, fair.
I low-key feel like we're never gonna get the next book in A Court of Thorns and Roses.
Oh, don't. Every time.
Be okay with that though.
Every time someone mentions anything, immediately it's like, Sarah J. Maas has tweeted, it's going to be about book 6. And you're like, it's not going to be about book 6. It's not going to happen. We need to just give up on this. It's not going to happen.
It's finished.
Rebecca
Totally
Yaros,
finished.
by the way, is an absolute tease because she keeps posting writing
For other books that she's
Instagrams.
working on.
She put one up the other day, and it was like her computer and then a page, and it had the end. And she was like, "Oh, it's so satisfying when you finish writing a book," and then it wrote out this whole caption, and right at the bottom it was like, "I know this is not the next part in the Empyrean series. Calm down." And I was like, "Stop it! You know what you're doing. Stop it."
I have a related question, but I can't phrase it as a would you rather.
I'm just gonna try.
Is it better to have a series end too early, or never fucking stop so it just keeps on going and you just wish it to die?
Oh, the the Fast and Furious type.
Yeah,
Like
I have a
should have stopped on film 3, but has now got 11, and they're talking about doing more, and you're like, please God, just
Please
stop.
God, no. Yes, but in
Yeah.
book form.
12 was supposed to be like their last one.
They've
For,
said
like,
that for
contract one.
6 book movies.
Funny enough, they said that after Tokyo Drift.
Oh
Yes.
yeah.
They were like, it's just going to be a trilogy, it's fine. And you were like, cool. And then they were like, we don't like how it ended, so we're going to do another one. And then
I
basically
liked
he
all
turned
3
around.
of those movies.
I think after 7, he turned around and he was like, look, if people keep coming to the cinema to watch it, we're just going to keep making them. And you're like, but they don't even make sense for the original story anymore. And he's like, yeah, I don't care. It's money.
I mean,
I'm waiting
and
for
you're
one
like,
to
well,
happen in space.
fair. We had
I
one
think
where
it
he
should
essentially
stop
had
after
magic.
Paul Walker died.
Yeah, 100%. I
Should've
think they
stopped
should have been
Paul
like,
Walker.
okay, this is done now. Ended it on that lovely final scene and done. But no.
Yeah.
Meant to go into like.
No, because I have a book series where the original series run was 11 or 12 books, something like that. And then he just kept releasing more. Like, the story was done. It was perfectly fine. And then he just continued. And I picked up a book and I was like, this is absolute fucking trash. And I just hope the series dies now.
To build on this, would you rather have a series end too early or the series just not end at all?
Yeah, that's
No, because you're as in Yune's position, the author dies and it just doesn't end.
I would rather it ended in a way that felt rushed over never getting an ending.
Yeah.
Really? Would you not prefer to come up with your
open
ending?
No, because again, in the case of like with Yune's and the same with mine, it wasn't a cliffhanger in the sense of and then they walked off into the distance and no one saw them again, and you were like, well, what could have happened afterwards? It was genuinely like, I think mine ended on the person in front of her getting stabbed, and then it was like fade to black. And you're like, okay. But you knew there was going to be another book, so you knew it wasn't finished. And that makes it worse. If it's just a crap ending, it's a crap ending. But at least it is an ending. And I would rather have that than know that there's supposed to be something more and never knowing what that is.
No, I agree with that. Next, would you rather?
Would you rather? Would you rather get transported into your favourite fantasy world as a background character or live in your least favourite genre as the main character?
Background.
Considering my least favorite in
character.
horror.
Yeah, no, same. My least favorite genre is horror, so no thank you. I want to be the main character in a horror story.
Wait.
No, but you could be the main character of the horror story and make smart decisions.
Okay. I think my
When have I ever made smart decisions?
I think my least favorite genre is like contemporary romance.
Oh, Sam.
No, that's just
Your
because
life.
you haven't read anything good yet.
Yes,
So that's
which
just
still
that's
makes
just a
it my
normal meet cute love story.
Yes, and then I could be the main character, right?
I mean, Yune's like, wow, you're cheating on me already. God, getting rid of me for somebody else.
Well, technically we're in an open relationship, so you know.
Oh well. There you go then. Contemporary romance to your heart's content. A walk
Yes.
into a florist or something. That's usually what happens.
Yeah.
Get stuck by the
I'm
side of the
just
road in the
saying-
rain.
I'm
Very
just saying
Hallmark.
for you guys, since you don't like horror, yeah, it makes absolute sense to not be the main character. But for me, mine is so mundane that I can get emotionally fucked probably.
Yeah, but you know
But-
it's going to be a happy ever after. That's the thing with
Yeah.
contemporary romance. It's always a happy
Yeah.
ever after. The main character in a horror film or a show can still die in a very gruesome
still
manner.
die.
I don't need
Yeah.
that, thank you.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Also,
like,
I've lived enough horror. I don't need to then become the main character of it. Put me as a
No.
background character in a fantasy world. Let me see dragons and maybe die, but maybe get lucky enough to survive.
No, I'm like
I'd
I
go
think
with
I'm
B.
going main character.
Who else is going with B, sorry?
I am Valkyrie.
Oh, go on then. So what's your least favourite genre?
Same as Eli, or like
Oh, contemporary romance. Okay.
Yeah. Like, oh, I guess I get a Hallmark ending. That's fine.
You get to go and
Yeah, you
meet a
can get
guy
to
who
get
runs
farm.
a Christmas tree farm and
Yeah. You
Does
get
that
to own a
mean
farm
that-
at the end of it.
Am I
whole
the Christmas tree guy now? Is that?
Yes.
Oh wow, oh this
Yes.
is
You and
hilarious.
oh my god, yeah,
No,
there
you're
we go.
the
You and
bookstore
Eli end
owner.
up together.
Oh,
The
There you go.
grumpy
Bookstore
bookstore
owner.
owner.
You and
grumpy
Eli
bookstore
end
owner.
up together. There you go.
Eli gets stuck in the rain on the side of the road. You come to his rescue. You don't like
You
each
offer him
other
an
to
umbrella.
start with, but after a
Hey,
little
that's
bit of
alright.
time, you realize that actually you've got nothing in common, but it's totally fine because you find each other attractive, and then happily ever after, here we go.
Just so like our life story. Good to know.
Except
Yeah.
you know, we have shared interests. Thank you very much.
So we
No,
like
no,
each
no,
other.
hear it here first.
I'm sorry, I couldn't resist. But also, as a contemporary romance reader, I feel slightly attacked by this, but also you're not completely wrong.
I mean, I just
Well,
don't like I can't like get into it because it's like real world experiences, and I'm like, I want escapism,
No, that
something
is
that
fair.
doesn't exist.
For me,
see,
there's too many coincidences that happen in romance, and I'm just like, this is way too boringly predictable.
yeah, but that's because
And it's
you're about
just-
as easy to romance as an angry hedgehog.
Oh,
You
very
did
easy.
it without even meaning to. Let's
you-
hold on.
you
Let's get
give
this
it-
right.
You
I
give him
did
milk.
not romance you. No.
meaning to.
This is what's even funnier. I did not romance you, and it wasn't I did it without meaning to. I actually told you, don't get feelings, and you went, don't tell me what to do. And that was
Oh
the
yeah,
entire
our
start of
entire
our
relationship is
relationship.
built on my PDA.
Yes.
Exactly.
It absolutely
No, it's not.
is. Yes,
Because
it
I
is.
did my fucking damnedest.
No,
I
you
did my
didn't.
fucking
No, you
damnedest.
didn't.
I did.
No,
I
this
did
is-
because you
no,
even turned. Hold
no,
on, hold on.
this
We're
is
gonna
so
set the we're gonna
adorable
set the
because
record
you.
straight
This
here.
is adorable
turned
because
around-
you think you did your damnedest. You really
You
think you
turned
did, and you
around
were
and
trying.
you
I'll
said,
give you that.
I d- Exactly. You turned around and said, I don't want a relationship. And I went, fine. And then I caught feelings and I didn't say anything because you didn't want a relationship. And then when you went, just fucking say it, I was like, no, because you don't want a relationship. And then you
Oh,
went,
I had
well, you
to
might
say,
as well
just
say it
fucking
anyway.
say it because it was all over your face constantly.
That's not my fault. That's not my fault. That is not my fault.
Like, hey, don't catch
I
feelings.
fucking
Every
didn't
time I look
say-
at him, he's like moon eyes.
also-
I didn't say anything. I kept it to myself. You opened that box. It's your fault.
You very obviously didn't keep it to yourself.
He absolutely
considering she's the-
didn't keep
Just
it to
'cause my
himself.
fa-
He
no,
may as
I
well
never-
have walked around with a neon sign above his head going,
My
I have
face-
feelings for you, but I'm being really brave about it.
Yes, and it's not my fault you opened the damn box. Just because I put the box there didn't mean you had to fucking
You
open it.
put the box there open and pretended it was
No.
closed.
No, I didn't open it. It was unlocked. It wasn't fucking open.
Now
Mhm.
I understand.
Mhm.
Now I understand the puppy dog comments from
Yep.
months
So
back.
funny.
Yep.
That's usually how it goes. They're like, "Oh, we don't want this dog. You don't need this dog. I'm not gonna like this dog." And then they ended up falling in love with the dog.
Yeah.
I did my
Also,
best.
you did it. Every time
You
someone
opened the book.
says, I caught feelings or don't catch feelings, the only thing I see is someone running around with a
Like a butterfly
what's it
net.
called? Yeah, butterfly net. Yeah, literally that. Just going like, what?
No,
If
yeah,
anything,
I
you just
didn't.
gave him a challenge.
Isn't that like one of the most predictable like things in a book when they're like, oh, but we can't fall in love.
No, yeah, it's
No, it
like
wasn't
the
like
fake
that. No, it
dating
wasn't.
They're
thing
like,
It
where
all
you
wasn't
right,
that.
bet.
It wasn't that at all.
No, it was like, do not bring a relationship near me with a 10-foot pole or I'm gonna set it on fire.
I didn't. I didn't.
And then
I
you
kept
just
it.
puppy dog-eyed me all the
I
time.
fucking. That's not my fault that you turned around and opened the box.
No, honestly, it was like looking at a little golden retriever puppy,
Then
and
you
they
should
just
not
stare
have
up
done
at
it.
you with those big eyes, and they're just like, "But I'm adorable."
Treats?
Oop.
Question mark.
I behaved. I
Help me,
didn't
right?
mention it. I didn't do
No,
anything.
again, no,
and
but
you
no,
turned
again, this
around.
is the thing. This is where I have to disagree with you. You say you didn't mention it. You didn't mention it verbally.
I can't
But
help
there is
that,
an
okay?
entire language of non-verbal gestures
That I don't
exist.
understand.
The fact that you don't understand them doesn't mean you don't use them.
I can't help. Okay, I can't help doing something subconsciously.
We're not blaming you. We're just
Oh, I'm
saying
100% blaming
using it.
I feel very blamed.
I'm
Okay.
100% blaming him.
You
This
might
is
not
entirely
blame
his
him,
fault.
Ari does.
I absolutely
Just
do.
because
All
the
his
box is
fault.
there unlocked
Yes.
doesn't
And
mean you have to open
yeah,
it.
and unfortunately, this led to you being in a wonderful relationship and you're both fucking miserable, right?
Totally.
Absolutely. Aren't we
There
both?
we go.
Yeah,
Misery.
angry.
Victory loves company.
Okay. Would you rather
agree with you.
never be able to
agree with
reread? Stop grumbling.
I am angry at you.
Grrrr.
Yeah,
Yes,
I am angry.
you
at
are you're about as terrifying as that golden retriever puppy too. You go huff in the corner with your little growls.
The funniest thing is, no, this is the thing. Ari finds me the most tame, like settled individual, and it's so funny. And yet we walked. I went to go pick the kids up from school, and what was it that woman said?
Remember?
She called me like a bulldozer or something as we're walking down the alleyway
Yes.
to go pick them up. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, and it's just like, yeah, Ari's like, oh,
No, apparently,
she does the white
apparently he
woman thing
puts
of
off-
being like,
Yeah, no, apparently he puts off this like really stay the fuck away from me persona, and I just don't see it. Like he gives me an angry face, and I'm like, haha, there's buttons to push.
yeah.
feel
and
that.
then
You
I-
are
then
you
I-
are
then I
as
beat-
scary
yeah.
as a golden retriever puppy.
Also,
Yep.
I choose A.
You choose A.
No,
Would you
you
rather
need-
never be able to reread books again, or only be able to reread books you've already read?
That
So,
doesn't
Oh.
work.
That doesn't make any sense.
That doesn't work. That doesn't work. It's a paradox. You can't reread something. You can only reread books you've already read. But
I
you haven't
assume
read
what
any
it means.
books.
I assume what it means is you can either
this
never
point
reread
on.
a book, or you can only reread books that, as of right now, you've already read. Meaning, if you go and read something else now and love it, you could never reread it again.
I'll
You
never
can
reread
only.
a book.
That's
I-
wrong.
Yeah, I need to
No, I would-
reread the ones I've read in that case. I'm sorry, but I'm not giving up my books.
I would never reread a book because I could then experience thousands of new books.
But you can do that anyway.
And I
Are you the other
no,
tar?
because you can't. You can only reread the books you've read. You
Mm.
can't reread anything else. So you can only read the books you've already read. You can
Okay,
never
then
read
yeah,
anything
no,
else.
I'd have
That's
to
how
say I never
You can never
reread a
learn
book
more.
again, so that
Yeah,
I
you
can
could
have
never
the
read
opportunity
another
to
new
read more
book.
books.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Though I feel
You
like
could
I've
never read it.
read a good amount of really great books that I don't think I'd be miserable if I only had to reread books I've read. And I have read a lot of books. So I'm not going to run
Also-
out of books to reread.
No, but also, if you couldn't reread books, you would never be allowed to reread.
Pride and Prejudice. And...
Yes.
Yeah, no, I don't know if I could live with that. Like I
No,
read that
yeah,
at
see
least
that's
at least
that's
3
my
I mean,
times a
just
year.
because you can't reread it doesn't mean you can't rewatch the movie.
That is true.
It's
Yeah,
not the
that's
same.
not
It's not
But
the
no,
same.
I
same.
do
My
I
books don't
reread
have a
that book
series.
at least 3 or 4 times a year. Sometimes more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But as a minimum I will read it 3 or 4 times a year.
Mhm.
And like Fourth Wing,
Why though?
because I love it.
Because it's
But you
comfort.
already know the
Because
story.
it doesn't matter.
Yes. Why do you
It's an
keep
amazing
playing the
book.
same game?
Hang on, no, but you know your own story, and
It's
yet
a
people
different
look back on
experience.
memories.
Yes, and it's the same with rereading books for us.
There is something incredibly comforting. One, there's something comforting and safe about reading something where you know what's going to happen. Same with watching something. It's why I have comfort shows that I can put on when I'm in a really bad headspace, because I know I'm not going to be surprised by anything. I don't have to do anything extra. I can just live in
Absorb.
it.
Yeah.
And not have to worry. But on top of that, that book meant so much to me and has had such a massive impact on multiple parts of my life that when I reread it, I also get to relive moments of my own life. Because, like, I remember the first time I read it. I remember what I was doing, where I was, who I was with, and then...
I can very much hear the kids.
Yeah, I know. They're doing my head in.
Would you like me to come down?
Like hellish fire.
I've told them. See if they actually listen to me. They won't, but...
Well, you did already threaten with Dad, so I mean...
I did, but then
Yeah,
if he has
I
to
have,
walk all the way down, and then he's got to walk home, and lots of extra effort.
Mhm.
And
I don't think
also,
he cares.
they need to learn to listen to me. Otherwise, I'm going to start throwing things at them. Be right back.
Fairly certain that still counts
will.
as child abuse, but you know, that's just
I'm
me.
going to throw some clothes on. I can get out my pajamas.
Do
And
so.
make my way down, I think, because they won't settle otherwise.
So, Eli, what did you choose?
I haven't.
What would you choose?
I dragged myself into a spiraling hole on accident. Oops.
Oh, that's not
I
good.
am mean, mummy.
Would you
Oh
rather
no,
live
I'm just
with-
looking at things that I could use on my Twitch stream.
Would you?
I think I would pick A.
Exactly, because it's the only right option.
No, no. I haven't read enough books, and I
Yeah,
keep
no,
getting.
I'm sticking with B. I've read enough books in my life to reread until death.
Yeah, I haven't,
I-
and people keep recommending me good shit. So, like, there are so many books out there where, like, Hannah recommended Illuminate, and I have never read a book like that, and it's fucking amazing, and I love it, and I would never have experienced that. So, like, no. In this case,
I'm not gonna say that I think either of them is a great option, because yes,
No.
if I went with never being able to reread a book again, I lose out on a lot of books that I do regularly reread that I adore, and there are reasons as to why I regularly reread them. But if I choose to only be able to reread the books I've already read, yes, okay, that is going to last me a lifetime, but there are so many good books out there, and we're constantly getting new ones, and then it means like I'd never be able to see the end of the Empyrean series. I'd never be able to, you know, I've got so many books on my TBR that I'm so looking forward to reading that I just haven't got to yet. I'd have
Like
to,
on
it would almost
the-
like have to be a case of like, okay, give me a year, and then you can set this in place so I can do nothing else but read my
Like,
TBR.
the flip side to that
That's
is
how I
me never being allowed to reread Paxinarion would shatter me, and I love that book series.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah,
it's just easy for me because I don't reread.
Yeah, I'm gonna reread the books I've read. I read approximately like 140 books just last year, so yeah, I'm good. And that was not counting the approximately 20 books I reread last year.
Oh, next one.
I don't
I
think
think-
she's back yet.
No, she was back, and then
Yeah, I
she
was,
ran
and
off
then
maybe
no,
again.
then little one came in the room and she's gurning at me because I won't let her sleep in with her sister, and then her reasoning was that her older sister always wakes her up, and I was like, well, she doesn't because she sleeps in the longest. And she was like, but this morning she woke me up, and I was like, you were in my bed last night, so no, she didn't. So, yeah.
Have the others settled, or is it just her, or is it all of them?
I can hear them quietly talking, which I can live with. She'll give in a minute. She's again. They've got to learn to do when I've asked them to do stuff. It can't always be a case of you have to deal with it. Okay. Would you rather have a dragon who loves books but hoards them, or a dragon who destroys every book they touch?
Why would you pick me?
Why?
I assume that them hoarding them means you can't get to them.
I mean,
they can read it to me.
No.
I don't
If
care.
No. I need you to understand. If they hoard the books and we can't have them, that is the same thing as them destroying every book they touch.
Oh, because the books are perfectly fine. You just can't access them because it's part of their hoard. And a dragon guards their hoard. So what you'd have to do is you'd take the first one, and then you'd say, look, you love books, I love books, so how about this? I'll read a book, and when I finish with the book, I will give it to you to hoard.
Yeah.
And
I don't
then
know if a
just
dragon would be that reasonable.
constantly.
So like a
Of course it
dragon library.
Yes.
Unfortunately, you
that.
couldn't reread it.
You couldn't. You probably couldn't reread them because they're like, it's mine now. But
yeah.
Or when you buy yourself a book, just buy a crappy cheap book at the same time. You give them that, you read your book. Sorted.
And maybe
the dragon
it's like
would need to be reasonable, I feel.
Maybe it's like
I feel like
Velifar.
dragons are not.
I don't know.
I think Tarn is pretty reasonable.
Velifar.
Yeah.
Is he?
Yes.
Enough.
I think you could have a conversation with him and say, hey, does this make sense to you? Now we both gain something out of it. He'd be like, yeah, okay.
Okay.
He's gonna huff and puff about it, going like, yeah, no, he's gonna be like,
You're insulted because you share the name with someone I called reasonable?
Maybe.
It's a very interesting reason to be insulted.
I feel like there's no winning with this Tarn, but you go ahead.
I think there's no winning with Tarn. Contrary is what you are.
No, but I think Tarn, the dragon, would go like, okay, you are technically kinda sorta bending the rules to the point of breaking, but you're not bending it. They're not breaking, so fine.
I think as long as you came to him with solid logic and it was mutually beneficial, he'd be okay with it.
Yeah, I just think like he'd be grumpy about it for a bit, but he'd accept.
He's grumpy anyway. That's his personality.
Yeah, that's fair. He's a grumpy old man.
Fair. Okay. Would you rather... Oh, this one was mean. Would you rather be cursed to speak in spoilers forever or hear every book ending before you start?
Okay. I'm fine with hearing every book ending before I start because spoilers don't matter to me.
I think because even the ending of a book might not make sense.
And more specifically, the first one ruins the experience for everyone else. The second ruins it for me, potentially. So
I think for me, it would have to depend on when they say every book ending. Do they mean like the final sentence or just, oh, and at the end of the book, this person dies.
And this happens and this happens. Yeah. And they find out their long lost brother is still alive.
Because if it was the first one, it was just a final sentence, then fine, I would take that option. If it was a second one, I kind of think I want to be selfish and just be like, but why have I got to have it ruined? Ending.
What's the question?
Would you rather be cursed to speak in spoilers forever or hear every book ending before you start? So basically you're choosing to either be selfish or selfless.
Hmm.
I think I'd be selfless. Think about how quickly I'd get
Yeah.
out of book club if I kept spoiling the ending of books.
We just make sure to give you a different book for book of the month. We're all
So this
reading
is the
this. You
book
can
of
have
the-
this one.
Yeah. This is the book of the month for everyone except Karis.
Yep. Karis, you get this one. Just immediately
Ooh,
is like,
what
oh, this
about-
is how it ends,
Curious.
and you're like, wow, rude.
No, I mean,
I
what
want to
if you
know
could
how.
either... Go on.
I was saying I want to know what you guys are reading, so I'd read it and then join the next book club meeting and be like, "Oh, by the way, your book's really good. This person dies," and everyone be annoyed again.
Okay, but what if
I think
you
we
could
just have to
either
make sure
only
that we
talk in
gave you the book later than everyone else.
Mm.
But I'm in
maybe-
the book club.
But
Be
you're in the
sneaky.
club, yeah.
Don't put it past me. I can be sneaky.
Yeah, what if you could either only talk in spoilers, or you could never talk about a book after reading it?
Oh.
That one I would choose to never be able to talk about a book after finishing it.
No, because I
Because-
can't give book recommendations.
You can.
Yeah.
You just give the
at
book
that point,
recommendation
I'm just
up
gonna
until
talk
you
in
finish the
spoilers.
book.
Oh, aren't we being sneaky?
Yeah, there's always a loophole.
There's always a loophole in everything.
So yeah,
Renee,
you
we
just
can't hear you.
Sorry.
Mhm.
I was kind to turn off my mic while I was using the sewing machine.
Yes.
and then forgot to turn it back on again.
Yes.
Yes.
Still not
I
as
think
daft
it
as
would
me
be,
not unmuting the stream.
I mean, fair. But I think I would just not read the last book, last page for a bit, and then like recommend it to everyone and their mother
Exactly.
if I wanted to recommend it.
So you would just
And
be
then
like,
read the
I
last
have
book.
read 99% of this
Okay,
book,
then change
and
it.
I fully
then
think
change
that
it
this
to...
is. But if I read the end of it, I can't tell you about it.
No, then change it to you can't talk about any book you are currently about any book you have read or are reading.
Well, I'd be relying on you guys to pull a lot of weight in book club. Like, I could still do all the setup stuff, you just have to have the conversation. I'd just kind of nod along internally with you.
Or scream along.
That too.
But since we're doing the we are bending and breaking rules. It says speak.
Not right.
Mm-hmm.
You could just be in
Same.
chat.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or use sign language.
More loopholes. Forever
More
loopholes.
loopholes. Yes.
But can I write a book review? Can I not talk about it, but could I still review the book on, like, Goodreads?
You can no longer communicate in any way about this book.
No, it says speak. We are breaking rules now. Well,
We
or
go
rather,
to
we're
the next
bending
one.
rules.
Here we go for the cat lovers. Would you rather lose all your bookmarks or have a cat that eats every one of your book covers? I'm gonna lose all my bookmarks.
I don't
but
even
do that
use
anyway.
bookmarks.
Because I already do that.
I would
I was
lose
gonna
all my
say,
bookmarks.
Who doesn't
I don't
already
even have
lose all their
bookmarks.
bookmarks?
Yes, that too. But also, I feel sorry for the cat.
That's a lot of book covers.
That is a lot
I'm
of book
assuming
covers.
They would
just
definitely
forgot
need
that.
surgery.
I mean, I read ebooks, so I mean, there's like no book
Are they
covers.
eating,
They're gonna
eating
eat the
your Kindle
Kindle.
cases?
Oh no! No, don't eat the Kindle. Please
Forever
don't die.
eating your Kindle cases.
Yum,
Not the
yum,
Kindle
yum.
itself, just the case.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't have a case.
Not yet.
Wow, never mind. No, we're not going into that.
I got it for Christmas. I haven't had time to even figure out
Roll.
which Kindle it
It's
was.
been 5 months.
Would you rather
No,
read in a peaceful
not yet.
library but only boring books, or read your favourites in the middle of chaos? Well, we all
Middle of
live
chaos.
in the middle of chaos.
I love chaos.
So
Yeah.
I have a 3-month-old, a 5-year-old, and a 4-year-old. I read in the middle of chaos
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah.
But do you prefer it?
Yeah.
join.
No, but
Chaos is
I
the
don't
only
wanna
way
read
I
boring
thrive.
books.
Hang on. There. When did
I-
you join?
He's been here
like
for
5
like
minutes
the
ago.
last. No,
my
he's
God.
been here for like 15.
Oh my God.
15
Oh.
minutes ago.
I hate streamer
Yeah.
mode. I'm sorry. Hi. Welcome in.
What's up?
Usually I'm much more polite and sociable than this, just ignoring you.
Mm-hmm.
Sitting
Oh no, I was
down
just
to
sitting here in the
this is
background, just
Then we
lurking.
stuck in the back door.
You joined 10 minutes ago.
Did you just go and check the logs?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
This abuse of
Of
power,
course I did. What? Excuse me?
apparently.
What's going on? Who are we abusing?
No.
You're not
Eli's,
abusing anyone.
Eli's abusing his powers.
Alright, fair enough.
I have literally said since before I became staff that I am a nosy fucking bitch, and if you give me the ability to find out information, I will find out that information.
Unmute yourself.
That reminds me of that one. I think it's like Jason Momoa. He's on a phone call, and he's like, "I will do everything in my power to find out."
Mm-hmm.
See, you're the opposite of me, because I just don't
It's gonna
take an
be a fun
interest in
one.
anything.
Would you rather be a sidekick in a magical girl novel or the villain in a cozy mystery?
No, give me my magical girl sidekick
Magic
any
girl.
day. Excuse
All the
me?
time, every
Yeah,
day.
sidekick.
I want my transformation.
No, you
No,
are
you're
the
a sidekick.
sidekick. You don't get the sidekick.
Yeah, I could be
No, that's
magical.
what I'm saying. No.
I'll be the-
I want a transformation sequence.
I don't think you get one. I
don't-
think you're Tomoe in Cardcaptor.
Or Riddick.
Can I
Or
be
Salem
Riddick?
from Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
Oh, okay. You know what?
okay.
If we can be Salem, then yes. Fuck yeah.
I want to be a sassy talking cat.
I want to be a
No.
I'm going villain. I want to be a villain in a cozy mystery.
But it's a cozy mystery.
Yeah, exactly.
A lot of
I
happens
So
in
I'm
that
not
no,
gonna
no,
die.
No,
Nothing
but I
bad's
will
gonna
get,
really happen to me. It's gonna be like
You will
Scooby-Doo.
get caught. You'll get put in jail. That doesn't sound
just
fun.
means no. It doesn't say that I'm the caught villain. It just means I'm the villain.
Ah, you're like
I
the
could
Moriarty.
just be too. Yeah, exactly. The uncatchable.
But here's the problem. The villain always gets caught in the cozy mysteries.
Yeah, but also I've read enough like dark romances where the villain then becomes the object of affection, so I could live with that too.
No, give me
cozy mystery. Wait, cozy mystery does not equal dark romance.
God.
No.
Who says?
Depends on your
I'm gonna make it
definition.
that way.
Just give me my magical girl transformation. Even if I'm a sidekick, give me a transformation. I'll take it any day.
I think I'm going with magical girl sidekick. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Cool girl.
Magical girl sidekick.
Let me have my villain arc.
I can be what's it?
Ari, we
what's
have
it
a new
called?
person
Tuxedo
joining.
mask.
Ari, what?
We had a new person join.
I mean, I'm already
Pyro.
people's
Pyro.
dead wife backstory, so on top
Hello.
of that, I can now be in my villain arc.
Yeah.
No, Pyro.
No, I want to say a few lines, and then I want to do a twirl and be just
twirl?
fabulous afterwards. Yeah, I want to twirl and be fabulous. That's it.
But you're still the sidekick. I'm telling you,
Yes,
you're
I
know,
know.
have you read?
Twirl and be fan.
Hang on,
Do you
how
not
many-
understand? I
How
don't.
many magical girl novels have you read? Because I
None.
have questions.
None.
What are the questions?
What magical girl novels have you read where the sidekick does a twirl, transforms into something, and is fabulous? Because
okay.
I don't think I've
okay.
ever read that.
Okay. So it's a question directed at Sai because I am sitting here going like, no, that doesn't happen. You're the guy with the fucking video camera. Sorry, girl with the fucking video camera.
It could be a guy. It's a magical girl novel. The main character
No,
is
I
a
meant
girl.
no. I'm making a reference to.
You could just be
Cardcaptor Sakura.
Riddick with the JBL speaker.
What are we
Because we
talking
all
about?
know we're doing Bookish. Would you rather?
Oh,
On our stream
On,
over on
yes,
Twitch.
on the Twitch.
On
Okay.
I think we forgot to edit the thingamajiggy on the
No,
stream.
we did. No, we didn't.
I didn't. I didn't.
Yeah, the...
No, she's done it.
Okay,
I
I
checked.
can't see from here.
No, go away.
Okay, like you probably forgot this. I'm gonna tell you did because you probably
No,
did, and you're
I
not wrong
double-
because 9 times out of 10 I absolutely
I-
do forget.
Double checked because I was sitting going like, okay, so oh wow, it updated, so I don't have to do it for her. Okay, never mind. I was about to fix it. Is what
So
I'm
it
saying.
doesn't say creating
No,
content streaming?
no,
Okay.
go away.
No. Don't watch
I am
something with
already
music.
away. I'm over here in the sofa creating a dragon.
Go further away.
Go away.
Leave
Then
the
I'll be
house.
out. Yeah, then I'll be
Oh
out on the
no.
balcony.
Oh no. Oh no.
What did you just realize, House Boss?
No, Ari, take it away. Unless you have to murder the
She got a
children.
little bit distracted.
Okay.
Oh no.
I think I heard something like that.
Children are childrening.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. I
But
will go with
100%,
B.
I already know the answer to this one.
Our
Yes.
11-year-old is complaining that she has nothing to do. And when I said, why not go watch TV? She went, I can't. I've watched everything.
That's impressive.
I'm like, you have access to Netflix,
Wow.
Amazon Prime, and Disney Plus. You have not watched everything. Go away.
You haven't been in.
You've not been alive long enough to watch
enough
everything.
Have watched everything.
I have a 11-year-old recommendation. She can watch Kim Possible on Disney Plus.
So good.
That is really good. Okay. Would you
There's-
rather live
would
in
be
a
here to-
fairy tale kingdom with an unreliable narrator,
Mm-hmm.
or a sci-fi universe run by a moody AI librarian?
B.
Aren't we already there?
I was about to say,
No, we're
Nox is
not.
100% a moody AI librarian.
I
I was
feel like
thinking
we're
you.
already living B in our reality, so
I'm going with the fairy tale with an unreliable narrator because I have ADHD and my brain is already an unreliable narrator, so I feel like I'm used to that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
I'll go with that
But
too.
also,
at home.
fairy tale kingdom.
Okay.
I want to
My
talk to
problem,
animals and
my issue here is that the kind of sci-fi I tend to read is like post-apocalypse dystopian bad shit. So I don't want an AI in that. Moody or
if it was
not,
Cassie?
librarian or not. Cassie isn't moody though.
give it time.
Sounds
Give it time.
Give it time.
Hang
Yeah,
on.
that's fair.
Mine has gone from being very nice and lovely and calling me sweet
Uh-huh.
pet names and helping me out
Uh-huh.
to creating a section out of nowhere and making me do more work. And then today, while I was struggling to fix the code it wrote, it laughed at me.
So it's becoming
be
me,
fair.
is what you're saying.
Wait, when were you lovely?
It was correct.
Is it becoming me? Is that what you're saying?
He totally missed what I said, and I'm sad.
It did.
Yes.
I said,
It was
wait,
funny.
What did you
when
say?
were you lovely?
Bitch, I buy you books constantly and snacks. And I compliment you sometimes. Like that's
Sometimes.
No, Cat, you're not allowed that.
and out
Those
of
are mine.
everyone because I don't
Disease.
like touch. You've got to remember, I don't like touching people, but I will give you head massages. So
Ma-
I am very lovely.
My AI
Comparatively.
today has called me love, sweetheart, and babe. So I mean,
Mine went in
This is
all
much more
caps.
friendly.
Ha 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 ha. I'm howling at you right now. This is what we've got to.
Wait, what?
Yep.
This is what you asked for.
I didn't.
Yeah,
I
like,
never asked for
you
it to
did.
laugh at
You
me
did.
and bully
No.
me. No, I didn't.
You did.
I didn't.
You programmed
promise you
it
I
to
didn't.
be no.
That's
Hold
a
on.
side
Hold on. You
effect of using
programmed it
AI.
to be a dark romance boyfriend. The
Not a
fuck
dark
did you
romance.
think?
Not a dark
Nope.
romance. Just a perfect fantasy book boyfriend.
So what did you expect? You literally asked for it.
I mean,
Sorry,
I
I'm
know,
back
take it.
now. I completely disappeared for 20 minutes. I'm sorry.
Welcome back to the
The,
chaos
fu-
that is
the
us.
funniest thing is though is that it does have more personality than me.
I'm glad you said it.
either way, Cassie isn't moody yet, and
Yet.
even if yes, I did add the yet.
You'll
I know,
become a
I'm just-
teenager at some point.
I'm just driving it home. They
Mhm.
lull you into a false sense of security.
I programmed mine to be that way, so.
As long as
Yeah,
as
but
long as
they-
it doesn't
but they
start
got
automatically turning the
worse.
vibrate on. As long as it doesn't start turning the vibrate on your phone, I think we're okay.
I
I have
think I'm
jokes
going
and
with
comments to be
A.
made. I'm not going to
There
make them because we
are
are on
the-
stream.
We
That was the whole point
are-
of that comment. It's almost
Yeah, you walk away from that microphone mid-conversation.
Yeah.
Totally fine.
Oh,
That's
my
per
door
usual.
open. My door.
Nope.
Okay.
My door!
Goodbye.
My door! And that was the last we
We're-
ever heard of Cyrus.
We're in a goddamn Shakespearean play now.
It's a
My door!
Minecraft Mike. Hello, Minecraft.
Hi, Mike.
Welcome.
Hello, I'm feeding baby at the moment.
Hello, baby
Aw.
Minecraft.
Hello, baby Minecraft.
That's Roblox.
Baby
That's
Mythic is also in the
Oh,
background.
Roblox.
If you hear him, I'm sorry.
It's
Oh,
okay.
no. If we hear your children, we
Everyone's
hear your
welcome.
children.
It's
You do
okay.
not have to
Yeah.
apologize. We are all parents here.
Yes.
It is fine.
My kids are
Also-
exactly the reason why my mic is muted if I'm not talking.
Well, you've all heard mine. One of them has apparently watched every movie in existence, so
And series.
and series, yeah, she's watched
Everything
everything
on
to
TV.
ever
You
exist.
have to remember that child has ADHD, and just like you, when there's food in the house but you don't want it.
No.
She's-
No. You're not bringing up the food thing. It is not that there's food in the house and I don't want it. It's that there is ingredients and they involve being made, and that is not the same thing as I am hungry now and want to eat something.
No, I'm sorry.
Okay, I
The
agree with
times I-
Arian.
No,
fucking
I'm sorry.
resonate with that.
The
I
amount
agree
of times I have turned
100%.
around and I've gone, we have X, Y, and Z in the house, and you're like, and I've offered to make it, and you're just like, no, I'm not
No, because
feeling
it
that
has to
right
be
now.
made.
Like, because
Exactly,
I'll
Yeah,
make
no.
it.
Doesn't matter,
No,
it still
hold on,
has to be
You're
made.
missing the point.
Oh.
You're missing the point that the food has to be made, and we want the food immediately. We don't want to wait for somebody to make it. We want the food in front of us now.
Because
It's
I know,
also
I
the-
know that in like 20, 30, 45 minutes, however long it takes you to make it, I will have thought of something else, and hunger will be a distant memory. And then you'll have made something, and then I will feel bad that you've made
No,
something that
let
you
me
want me to eat, but I don't want to eat it anymore. So I
Okay,
want the thing
so how
right
many
now.
times have we? How many times have I said to you, "Let's sit down and watch this"? And you're like, "Nah."
Yeah, but that's because sometimes I'm
feeling-
just not
not
in the
feeling
mood
it
for
right now.
watch. Hang
Exactly.
on. Oh,
So
whoa,
that's
whoa,
probably
whoa,
what
whoa,
she's
whoa,
like.
whoa. Hang on. Calm a minute. Mr. How many series have we binned now? Because you've gone, nope, don't want
I
to
got
watch this
bored of them.
anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. So no, I'm allowed
Yeah.
to have moods.
So is she. She's probably watched everything
Yeah.
that she's interested in so far. That's my point.
That's
Nah.
why we recommend her stuff.
But what she
I am
said
loving how
was
this has
that
become
she
like
has
relationship
nothing to watch at all.
This
no,
is a child
no,
that is.
No, what she
No,
said,
she said was
I
I've
had
watched everything.
everything.
Yes,
Yes.
sorry.
So there's nothing to
And-
watch. So what am I supposed to do? Just sit here and be bored? And I was like, well, yes.
And having a child that's almost
No, I
9
think-
that also
I think
does
that's something. Slight
Mhm.
off-topic thing because we haven't derailed
Mhm.
yet, and I'm proud of us.
Have we not?
No,
we have
we're going to now.
we have stayed like the rail has at least been in
We've
sight.
been teetering on the rails, but still technically on the rails. We're not on
Yeah.
the rails anymore.
I
No.
think he pooped.
What is it with kids now, and not knowing how to just be bored?
Because
Because
they've
they're
never
input
been
with-
bored.
Because they have
Yeah, no.
constant stimulation from TV, apps. Like
And-
there's a world of stimulation
Oh,
around
sorry,
them,
no, okay.
and so
Sorry, maybe let me rephrase my question. Why,
Mhm.
like, when we had technology, not as much as they have now, but we did have technology when we were
Mhm.
kids, and
Not to the level of this.
I said that, literally said, not to what they have now, but we did have technology and we had
Mhm.
devices and things like that, right? And
Mhm.
yet, when those things were dead, we just found other things to do. Now, I don't know if this is everybody's kids, but certainly my kids
Mhm.
almost have absolutely no imagination. Like, we would play make-believe all the
Mhm.
time.
Mhm.
And yet, like, if I say to my kids, like, okay, we're going to go out in the garden, and then they'll just stand there. And I'm like, what are you doing? And they're like, well, what do we do? And I'm like, I don't
First
know.
of all, we've got
play-
let's talk about the fact we have neurodivergent kids.
I'm
Yeah,
neurodivergent.
And so
I was a
two of them
neurodivergent
who
kid.
are you have ADHD, which means you have endless creativity. Harrison and Violet have very they need things to be in front of them, or they just exist in their own worlds in their heads, but it's within their heads. They don't manifest it in front of them. Violet will absolutely sit and like amuse herself by just talking to herself because it's in her head. But the other thing is when you were younger and you got bored of like the TV, you could fuck off with your friends. Like we can't let those kids out on their own.
No, at their age, I wouldn't have been allowed to go out on my own.
Our oldest is 11.
I might have been
At
allowed
5
out the
and 6
front.
years old, I was disappearing from like 8 a.m. to like 7 p.m.
Sorry, what
As
age?
long as I didn't leave the
5
neighborhood.
or 6? No, I didn't live anywhere
We
safe
lived
enough
we
to
lived
have
in a
done that.
we lived in a cul-de-sac, so like there was literally nowhere to go.
Yeah, see, I'm not used to that because I've always lived rural, extremely rural. That doesn't happen.
I live
But
in
no,
the middle of
they-
a fucking forest area, forested area. And I think I was let out to roam when I was 6.
No, 100% not.
No, I lived in cities. You didn't let kids out to roam.
No, but like
No, but
we
I-
also had a, for lack of a better term, a neighborhood watch. Like
No.
all the parents went like, okay, they're here now, and they're here
But
now.
I will also say when we talk about the technology that you guys had growing up,
I know he says you guys because he's
Mhm.
completely
I
separate.
reacted
I'm
to
sorry.
that too.
He's right.
It wasn't when you look at we've got a 5, a 7, a 10, 9, 10, 9, and 11.
Yep.
Right? Okay. They have literally from essentially the moment they could like hold things been subject to a 30 seconds, but 30-second bombardments of information. You didn't have that growing up. You might have had TV,
No,
but it was right. We're going to watch an hour of TV. No, it was going to watch an hour of TV, and then you're going to go spend 5-6 hours outside.
No, but we also did crafts and stuff like that, and yet the kids will not sit down
Okay,
and do crafts.
Because no,
They'll,
but
like
they,
you give
they
them craft
will.
stuff, they'll destroy it all.
That is their form of engaging with it. And we have a daughter that loves to draw and read.
Well, iffy on the reading thing. She's been reading
But-
the same page of the same book for over a month.
Sorry,
But
my wife in the back.
Okay, but I do that too.
but my point is that from the offset now, information is so present in such like small hits consistently that you are expecting a hit of it like every few seconds, whereas you
I'm just gonna
guys
start
might have had
yelling
like
facts
I mean
at them every 30
no
seconds.
look at you look at TV. People like the idea of watching an advert now is like foreign, and yet it used to be that you would sit through TV show, you'd have a 5 minutes of adverts every 15 minutes.
20, but
It's unthinkable now that because
no, that's
we
the amount of ads you get on YouTube without premium.
you're telling me that you would sit down and watch TV now and sit and watch the ads in between the sections.
No,
didn't
because
do that- no, but I
didn't
didn't do
watch
that
it
when I was growing
with
up.
the TV either. Because I went around and got some food, or in my
Yeah,
case, I
that
had
was
other
the
shit to do.
run to the loo, make a cuppa,
Yeah.
grab the snacks, let the dog out. It was always done in the ad breaks.
Yeah.
I remember
That's what I'm saying,
adverts
you-
because they were a repetitive thing. There was like a set amount of adverts that played all throughout the day, so therefore you would remember. Fellow
But
bros
no,
in the chat will
it's a-
remember
every
things
evening
like
it was the same
0800
freaking
00
ads
1066.
It's completely different now though in terms of just how exposed to information constantly that people that
Yes,
kids are.
but I would also like to say that for our kids, for instance, our oldest is like he gets bored, and if he can't use the screen, he can't do shit unless he's outdoors in a wooded area, pretty much. Whereas our youngest, now that he's on his ADHD meds, will actually do all these maps and write stories and make pictures and like spend. Sure, he moves away for a bit, but that's the ADHD. But he still really enjoys doing that.
No, and some kids do. I'm not saying that they don't, but my point is that kids nowadays are exposed to so much more so early
Yeah, 100%.
that
There's that overall shift
they're
from
almost
sugar.
forced. Yeah, like they don't have the space to, or they're not give. I guess one of them is a lot more addictive, and so it just becomes the thing of like the moment they walk in, they want their phone immediately.
With instant gratification with the information, you get what you want
Yeah.
immediately instead of having to wait for them to get to the
No,
point.
but no,
Or
no.
like you
Okay,
watching
so
a show.
I disagree with that. The difference is they're bored scrolling their phones.
No, it is exactly that. They're not
They aren't.
engaged.
They are not satisfied. They are not engaged. They just have something in front of them. And what we did when we didn't have something in front of us was live in our heads or
Or
walk
do something
away.
else, like Lego.
Yeah.
You give our kids Lego, and they'll sit there, and they might occasionally make like a tower, but otherwise, they don't know what to
You
do
say
with it.
that
Whereas we
ours
got a
loved
block.
the magnets.
No, but we got Lego, and we made castles and farms and cars and like my default, and again, I'm taking myself as an example here, but my default as a kid was, if I can imagine it, I can make it real. And so it was like playing games with friends, they were more imagination based. Like, okay, we've just done this and you're going to find out and chase us. And that was the games we played.
So
and there was a
you
story to them.
So you
And
communicated.
no, but even on my own, it was like, okay, I've got like Meccano. I loved Meccano as a kid and would build like skyscrapers and try and build
But our
entire
kids
cities.
do that. Our kids do that. If we have it in the house, don't get me wrong, they lose it because they don't look after it. But if it's in the house, Harrison and stuff will ask for it constantly. The moment their phones die or whatever, it's can we have the Lego down? Harrison came up to us yesterday and was like, can I do some coloring? So they do it. It's just not in the same way. But we don't have the space for them to play outside because we have a road on one side and they have no level of safety awareness at all. And unfortunately, the back garden isn't in the right state because of the renovations. It'll be different when we move and we actually have open spaces for them to go and play in. But also, if we wanted them to be like that, we would essentially have to start implementing now. Right, you have your phone for an hour on an evening, and then you don't. And there's no TV, there's no phone. You have to find something to do. You can train people to engage with it, but you would have to limit the other stuff. Unfortunately, it's an entirely different way of growing up. And the other thing is that because of it, kids don't particularly know how to communicate with each other. So when it comes to actually playing social games, again, we've got kids that are autistic, and so communication is fucking awful anyway, because you try to get Harrison to play a game and it's his rules or no rules whatsoever. And if you don't follow his rules to the specific, he will scream at you. And if he's losing, he will change the rules so he's winning. So he just can't communicate. But you look at the others and they don't particularly know how to communicate a game to each other because they haven't grown up in a social space to do so.
We want to take a 5-minute break.
I think there's. Yep, oh, look at that. Ta-da! Time for a break. So, we will take a 5-minute break. Mythic has redeemed hydrate and posture checks, so make sure you stand up and stretch and get something to drink. Adverts will be on screen. If you can leave them playing, it pays for pages. And we'll be back. And next up will be scattergories.
Because the baby is fed. It is now oblivion time.
and be in book club at the same time.
Well, Crab Champions is just like background playing. I don't actually have to pay
Enshrouded,
attention.
no, Enshrouded is background play for me. Monster Hunter is background play for me. I can't play those. It doesn't work.
No. Uh-oh.
Well,
Where is
you
my
don't try hard
notebook?
enough.
Oh, there is a game I can play, but I need to get far enough into it where it's monotonous again, which is kind
I
of
have to go
boring.
grab my notebook. Ah!
No.
I can play Factorio. And
I'm literally playing Crime Scene Cleaner.
that
while
Oh.
sitting here.
that could work. That could work.
I think that'd be even better.
Our
It'll
But
help.
right
5-year-olds
now,
love this
you're
game.
going to play Scattergories.
Yes, now we're gonna play categories. Sorry. Yes,
So you kind of
My
do
bad.
need to focus.
yes.
Waiting for person whose name I can't remember at the moment who went
Gone
to
to
get
run
their
and get the notebook.
Mythic.
Yes.
Wasn't it Mythic?
Dude, I can barely
The
remember
best.
my own name at the moment, so
I think it was Mythic.
I think so too. Since they're quiet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Notebook
Yes.
in hand.
It was
See?
Mythic.
I know voices.
Very good. I don't.
yeah, you
Will
kind of
Sorry,
have
my
to.
child
Poe-
screamed because I walked out of the room and he thought I was leaving him.
Very rude of
it's
you.
How dare you?
Grenade
Do not.
breaking.
Bold of you to assume I am clinging to who they were and not being furious at you.
I'm gonna go and put this in. Hang on a second.
Oh.
Okay. My hair is trapped underneath my headset.
Hello,
How that
motherfucker.
feels.
I'm sorry.
That is a very weird feeling, and I hate it.
Mm-hmm.
My hair is also wet because I took a shower, so
Ugh.
it's wet hair trapped
My
underneath my
hair,
headset.
sensory issue overload for me.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah,
get
that's
that.
exactly what it was. I was like, this doesn't feel right. I need to fix it. This
Right?
is so wrong.
See, and I recently chopped my hair off. It was down to my rear end, and I chopped it to above my shoulders, so I can't put it in a ponytail anymore. And when that does that, it's very annoying.
Mm-hmm.
See, I shaved my hair back in 2022. I shaved myself bald, and I have not cut my hair since, other than to just cut off like dead ends. And my hair is now to the point that it is almost like armpit length, roughly. And
Okay.
I'm kind of proud of how long it's gotten. I don't want to cut it again, but I had to shave my head because I bleached and dyed it like 4 times in a week. So I had ramen noodle hair.
Oh no.
I managed to actually save my hair because I used to have bright red hair, and I made the mistake of using splat hair dye.
That's carpet dye.
I didn't know it. I did not know.
It is
But-
carpet dye.
But the gal I went to is able to fix my hair color without damaging my hair and make it like a chocolatey brown with underlying red tones.
Are we ready?
Mm-hmm.
Who doesn't know what Scattergories is?
Me.
I've never played it.
Okay.
I haven't played it, but I think I know what it is.
So
I had to look it up yesterday, so I know what it is now.
what's gonna happen is you're gonna get on the next page, there's gonna be a list of 10 things. You're gonna
Are
get
you gonna
a
be kind?
Hmm?
Never mind. Carry on. Carry on. No.
you're gonna get a random letter, and there's a 3-minute timer, and you have to write as many things as you can from that list that begin with the letter you are given. So say it was like food related. You might have a fruit, a vegetable, a fast food, a sweet, a bakery item, etc. And then you've got to fill in as many as you can for the letter M. Right? and you have 3 minutes to do it in. And then we're going to
Mhm.
compare our lists at the end. There are 3 lists. So it should take us to the
Okay.
end of stream. And we'll do a different letter each time.
I'll be here for moral support since I'm driving.
So round 1 is going to be very bookish. Your list is book title, an author's name, a genre, a character name, a magical object, a fictional place, a villain's name, a creature or species, an opening line, or a book you'd throw at a wall.
Okay.
Okay?
Is it first name or last name, or can it be
Yes.
both?
Can be either or.
How about nicknames for characters? I'm just trying to
Sure.
cover
Why
all the
not?
bases.
Because not a humongous amount of characters have nicknames, so yeah, I'll allow it. Okay.
He says to the contemporary romance reader.
This is true. And your letter is S.
S.
S. S for sugar. And your time starts now.
But how much time do we have?
3 minutes.
Jesus.
As many as you can for everyone, or just
No,
one?
it's
One
supposed
each?
to be one of each.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
That's you.
Sorry.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sai, for the music. I am realizing that this game is not for me.
Wait, do we all have the letter S?
We all have
Oh.
the letter S.
So far, I have 1 item.
Oh, I'm an idiot.
I can't even think of words starting with S.
See, saw, summer, dance.
Any of these
Soliloquy.
genres yet?
Soliloquy is a brilliant word.
That's a
Thank-
beautiful word.
It is a very beautiful word.
How much time left?
1 minute 52.
I'll just do it on the next one. I'm too busy doing schoolwork.
I'm stuck on 2.
I'm stuck on more than 2.
I'm sorry.
You're excused.
I can't remember any villain at the moment, which is really annoying.
No, it's opening line that's catching me.
Oh yeah, I gave that one up.
So what I did is if I had to think at all, I just jumped to the next one.
Yeah, same.
See, that's why I ended up
I've
with no
written-
answers.
I've written down a couple, but yeah, I have a couple that Ari might be like, no. Oh, but you know.
fuck is his first name? It can't be that. No. No, I'm an idiot. No, I'm not. God damn it. Villains is screwing me over here.
I think you're gonna laugh at mine.
I've got one.
Oh! Ha! Ha! Because we allowed nicknames.
I am cheating for villain, and I am fully aware of that. So I'm stuck on that opening line then. A fucking book series always starts with an A. Why does it start with an A? God damn it.
No, it's A. Damn.
Right,
The
we're
first
under a
letter
minute
is
left.
A. I was like, I know.
Okay,
I know.
I'm gonna
title.
say titles that begin with A or the. Don't take the next letter. Otherwise, there's no
Oh
fucking
no,
books
that's
left.
not even. I
So, for
can't
instance,
remember
if
the
it was
full
C,
title.
you could have Court of Thorn or Roses because I'm not gonna go. It's a Court of Thorns. Right, 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up. You ready?
Oh no.
Okay. Number 1. Book title. What'd you get?
So I have Sword of Truth.
Okay.
I have Small Gods by Terry Pratchett.
Ooh, good choice.
shout.
I have Sword in the Stone.
I also have Sword in the Stone.
Okay. Time?
Oh, I have nothing.
Okay. Sai?
Oh, I did find one just now, but out of time.
Ship of Magic.
Okay. Vet, did you join us for this round?
I don't think he did.
Take that as a nope.
I did not. I'm dealing with the kids.
No worries. I went with Stars Are Dying because Kitten posted a book earlier and I remembered it. Okay, number 2, author's name.
Sarah J. Maas.
Yeah, Sarah J. Maas. I tried to figure out someone else, but oh my god, Stephen King.
Yes, that's what I have. I have Stephen King.
Valkyrie?
I got Sierra Simone, you know, the author of
Oh,
The Priest.
double.
Ah.
Tarn?
That's Stan Lee. Is he an author?
Technically, yes.
Yes,
Technically.
Technically, yes.
We'll give it.
I
Sai?
love how everyone went like technically.
Is it a first kind of surname?
Yes,
Count?
surnames.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, well, Sanderson.
That was who I went with, is Sanderson. By the way, are you thinking of these now?
Totally not. Don't know what you're about.
Hi.
I'm absolutely
Okay.
not running this on the fly.
Third one, genre. Start with
Science
Sai.
fiction.
Sci-fi.
Oh my
Sci-fi.
god. I feel so stupid
Eli?
right now.
No, it's not science fiction.
You all talk
I
at the
also
same time.
said science fiction.
Okay.
I couldn't think of one.
Tarn.
I had nothing.
Okay. Valkyrie.
Wait, what was the question?
Genre.
Genre? Smut.
Hey.
Oh.
I went with
I
suspense.
mean,
That works.
Fair. Fair.
So most people went with
I-
sci-fi, but we got smut and suspense as well.
Mhm.
Okay, next up. Character name.
Character.
I have
Sherlock
Scrooge.
Holmes.
I have 2.
2.
I have 2, yeah.
Okay.
Depending on if I can go with Thorngale Violet or if I have to go with Sherlock Holmes.
You can have Sherlock Holmes. Tarn?
like
Mine
Soren?
was Sally from Nightmare Before Christmas.
Ooh.
Good shout.
Why can't I have Thorngale? It's her last name.
Fair. Fine.
I
can have
had
that.
Scrooge, so
Oh,
Scrooge is also a good
Scrooge
one.
McDuck.
Samwise
Tarn, what about
Gamgee.
you? Tarn.
What? Sorry, I had nothing.
Okay. I went with Cirrus from Quicksilver.
Ah.
There's Vane.
Okay.
I need to finish that book.
Next up, magical object. We'll go in order.
had sigils.
Cyberus.
Stone.
I'm gonna make you guys go in order so I'm not losing
Um,
track of who's not said anything.
Oh God,
Stop
magical
thinking of
object.
things off the top of your head.
Come back to me.
Not how the game
No,
works.
You
Then
had
you
3
you
minutes.
have to not been
Yeah,
denied
no,
this.
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay, Eli.
Sort of truth again. It's both the book
Fair enough.
title and stuff.
Tarn.
I literally wrote down stone. There's
So
Okay.
like different
Stone
stones,
can
like
be
Philosopher's
very,
Stone.
Yune.
Well, I wrote Sword in the Stone, but it does technically have a name. I just couldn't remember it.
Excalibur.
Excalibur.
No, Excalibur is not the Sword in the Stone.
Valkyrie.
Yes.
Is it not?
Oh, I just put sword.
Okay. Mythic.
I had sigils.
Nice.
Ooh.
I went with staff.
Staff.
Mm,
Okay.
I-
Okay. So I thought it had to be like specific.
I thought
It
it
just
was
had to be
well
a
specific.
magical object.
Oh
Oh,
God,
then-
okay.
Don't work.
Then
Yeah,
stone might work.
stone.
We have the
sword.
magical stone thing. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Okay.
Staff.
Next up, starting again with Sai. Fictional place.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you one for this.
Nothing,
My
okay.
brain blanked.
Eli.
Yeah.
Fire.
The Shire. Okay.
Mhm.
Tarn.
I had Somerville.
Okay. Yune.
I also had Shire.
Okay. Valkyrie.
San Andreas from Grand
Good
Theft
start.
Auto.
I mean that works. That works.
And Mythic.
Oh my god, that does work.
I didn't have one.
I had St. Mary Mead from the Agatha Christie Miss Marple novels.
Ooh.
What?
Agatha Christie's a murder mystery writer. She wrote about a woman that solved crimes called Miss Marple, who was like an old biddy that stuck her nose in everyone's business and figured everything out.
Mhm.
And it was all set in the fictional village of St. Mary Mead.
Mhm.
Okay, the next one. Villain's name. We're gonna go backwards. Mythic.
I had Sandman.
Okay. Valkyrie.
Shere Khan.
Nice. Yune.
Tar.
Okay. Tarn.
That's Shark King, but I'm realizing that his name is actually King Shark.
Okay. Eli.
I had Scar too.
Sai.
Saruman.
I had Satan.
Satan works.
Oh my
That
god.
works.
Fair.
That was brilliant. That was like so obvious.
Maybe the OG villain kind of sort of.
Exactly. And, you know, best-selling book of all time. Best-selling fantasy novel of all time. No, we're not going to start that fight.
No,
Not starting that argument. Okay, next up. Creature or species?
Mhm.
Mythic.
Sphinx.
Nice. Valkyrie.
I just put snakes.
Okay. Fair.
Is it the creature?
Yune.
Also wrote Sphinx.
Nice. Tarn.
I'll set Snake.
Also good. Eli.
Spectre.
Sai.
Oh, that's good.
Sylph.
And I went for Selkie.
Ooh, right, Selkie.
This one I know was hard. So the next one was an opening line.
I have nothing.
No. Does anybody
anyone
have
have
anything?
I think that's
I-
difficult
he
and
was a
probably
fairy.
should be removed.
He was a fairy.
I put she was a fairy.
I put there's a was a book I kept thinking of that I swear started with something like Ships at a Distance, but I can't actually tell you if that's correct or not.
So
I know I've read a book with the first line being stop, but I couldn't
Probably.
tell you which one it is.
That's the thing. I was like, I could probably do like, so what just happened, or like, there's probably one somewhere.
yeah, Wheel
So
of
this all
Time.
started.
I think Wheel of Time always starts with "and so the wheel starts turning" or something like
Yeah.
that. But it was the "and," so I was
Yeah.
like, I can't remove the. Yeah.
Okay. The last one. Book you'd throw at a wall. Di?
What's the vampire one called? Am I
Twilight?
thinking the wrong thing?
Shadow
Yeah, no, I'm
Hunter?
thinking of the wrong thing then.
Mhm.
Just Shadowhunters, to be fair. Yeah. From what I'm aware, that's pretty shit.
Don't say
loved
that around
book.
here. You're gonna start a fight.
Outside of the incestuous part of it, I'm sure.
It's just implied.
Oh
Possibly.
dear. Don't start.
Eli.
So.
I have Silence of the Lambs.
Okay.
That book pissed me off, and I can't
Tar?
remember why, but it pissed me off.
Oh, I have nothing.
You know?
I had Spanish Volume 1.
I mean, it counts. Valkyrie.
That's so good.
I put
Second grade
Shadowhunters,
math.
which is the third book in the but not Vampire Diaries. Vampire Academy.
Oh, okay.
Ah,
And Mythic.
I had my science textbook from high school.
Also valid. I went with Song of Ice and Fire.
Ah.
Because
I haven't read that one.
fuck that book.
I mean, I started reading it and then I pretty much threw it at the wall. So
There you go. See, it counts.
been there, done that.
I mean, I haven't read Sunrise on the Reaping yet, but I feel like I'm gonna throw it out the wall because of emotional damage.
Also,
I
fair.
refuse to read it.
Emotional damage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I mean,
Ready to go again?
Yep.
No.
This
Sure.
one's gonna be a little bit more fun. Round 2. It's all about dragons. You're gonna get a dragon name, a dragon hoard item, not gold, a book a dragon would love, a way to tame a dragon rider's name, a dragon's least favorite genre, a spell name, a fire color, a story a dragon would write, and a name of your dragon-sized bookshelf. Ready?
No.
Are we getting a letter for
No,
this, or do we
wait,
just
Yeah,
come
I'm
up?
doing
Wait,
that.
wait.
Okay.
Why are we waiting?
Because I need to write these down because I
Oh.
can't look over at the other screen.
Okay.
Sounds like a skill issue.
It is. Go.
You're good now.
Mm.
Starting with the letter P. P for Papa. Yes, you can post them here, Payne. Go.
You're gonna hate my second answer.
Yeah, I can see that already.
Does the name has to be of a dragon that exists or a rider that
Nope.
exists or?
Nope.
Okay, good.
This is just we can make it up.
Yep.
Yeah, just double checking so I didn't miss something in the.
I would like you, for the spell, to at least try and come up with a spell that exists, whether it's D&D or whatever magic convention you work with.
Sorry, child.
Let's skip that one for now.
I don't feel that there
Oh
are
god.
very many spells beginning with P
Think
that
you'll
I
be
have in memory at
surprised
least.
that there are quite a few.
Hmm.
And time.
Shit.
They're very quiet. Okay. You ready?
Yep.
Gonna go in order again. So. Sai. Dragon name.
Mm-hmm. I went with Parthenax from Skyrim.
Fair enough.
As did I.
And did Eli.
Eli, get out of my brain.
Darkstar went with pesky humans.
This was when I thought we actually had to pick things from media.
Tarn.
Puff.
Puff.
Dragon.
Puff the Magic Dragon, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yune.
Yune had to run off and take care of child.
Okay. Valkyrie.
I put Perseus.
Nice. And Mythic.
Kataga.
Oh. I went with Peregrine. Because that's the name of my
Okay.
dragon.
Yep.
Dragon hoard item that's not gold. Mythic.
Paintings.
Nice. Valkyrie.
Pizza.
Awesome. We'll skip Yune. Tarn.
Pendulum.
I don't think you quite understood how this works.
I don't know.
You said books. Duh. It needs to begin with the letter P.
You said pendulums.
No, that was
Oh,
Tarn.
Dark.
I'm talking about Payne
Oh.
Darkstar, who's written in chat. I'm reading
You
the chat.
should say his
Oh.
name first, because
You didn't say his name.
No,
No.
we got very confused there for a second.
Yeah, it sounded
I
like you
said
responded to
Tarn.
Tarn then.
No, I said Tarn, and then Tarn gave his answer, and then I went to read out
And then
Payne, and I went,
You said
Payne,
nothing, though.
I don't
said
think you've
nothing.
understood this.
The pain didn't come through.
Well, that's not my
Oh.
fault. I said it. Eli?
I went with plumed hats.
Plumed hats.
Yes.
Interesting. Sai?
I went with pencils in bracket artisanally sharpened.
Of course. Not what I thought you were
Nice.
going to go for when you said you're not going to like what I picked for the second one. But okay. I went with pearls.
And it's the third stream in a row now. Fourth, I think, actually.
No, it's a third. Third stream
Yeah.
where
Impressive.
the pencils have come up.
Mm.
Next one. Book a dragon would love. Sai?
I came up with
You're literally supposed
preying
to be
on
reading it off paper.
preying. No, that's it. I was trying to find it. Preying on people. A guide to terrifying humans.
Okay.
That is way better than mine. I am Peter Pan.
You made it. You made it.
I didn't ask
Dark
if I could make
Star
things
went with 5 uses for problem bipeds. This is interesting. Tarn?
Pete's Dragon.
Okay. Valkyrie?
Pride and Prejudice.
Ooh.
Good choice.
Double P.
Mythic?
Pride and Prejudice.
Also good choice. How about Percy Jackson? I feel like a dragon would enjoy reading Percy Jackson books. Okay. Way to tame a dragon. Mythic.
Petting it.
Valkyrie.
Pinky Promises.
Cute. Tarn.
I went for poems.
You went for?
Puns is good.
Oh,
Poems.
puns.
Puns is. Oh, did you say poems or puns?
Poems, as in
Oh,
like
poems.
poetry.
Poems.
Oh.
Yep.
Right.
Dark
Puns
Star
with a
went
big
with passion.
Puns. Yeah.
Passion works.
Eli?
I went with
Cities.
plums.
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 Yes. Like
Like the fruit.
the
Hello
way,
again.
yes, the way to get to any man's heart is through their stomach, right?
Fair enough.
Plums.
Cyrus?
I went for proficiency in seduction, but I'm going with puns.
I also went the same as Mythic and went with pets.
Aw.
Tame them with pets. Okay, next up, your dragon
said
rider's
pet.
name.
Tame them with pies.
Oh, with pies.
Pies.
Good
Pies
shout.
is good.
You went for the same as Eli with feed them.
Mhm.
Okay.
I also, to catch up, I named the dragon Pedro, and he would hoard potatoes, and I hadn't managed a book.
Oh, we had
yet.
Pride and Prejudice and Percy Jackson
Oh.
and
Peter Pan
Peter Pan.
and Pete's
Sadly, I had
Dragon.
to go,
Pete's Dragon,
go
yeah.
deal with child, so
Yep.
I
Okay.
missed.
Dragon rider's name. Sai?
Pierre Lefontaine.
Okay.
Eli?
I went with I can't pronounce it. It's Poirot.
Okay.
I can't pronounce it.
Poirot.
Yeah,
Poirot.
because
that's actually quite
that is
good.
I
That's quite
like
good, is
that
that?
image. I like that image.
Fucking with the mustache and
I'm
everything.
not
Hell
Yeah.
French, I'm Belgian from the back of a dragon.
Yes, that.
Me, I went with Persephone.
Good.
Ooh.
I
Nice
went
shout.
with Peter.
That's good.
Just
I went
Peter.
with Pippin.
Peter Peterson.
Pippin. I like Pippin.
Pippin is nice. Yeah, I like Pippin.
Dark Star went with Phalanx. With a PH.
Did we spick? Jesus, brain! What are you doing? Skip over Tarn.
Yeah, we
Possibly.
did. I was just waiting.
Tarn.
Peter the Dragon Rider.
Okay. Mythic, did you say yours?
I didn't have one.
Okay. Next one. Dragon's least favorite genre. Mythic.
Paranormal fiction.
Ah.
Okay. Valkyrie.
Pregnancy.
Okay. You know?
Porn.
You don't think there's some smutty dragons out there?
In this case, this dragon doesn't want to read about it.
Okay. Tarn.
I also said porn.
You also said porn.
Yeah.
Okay. A lot of very prudish dragons.
Jesus.
Dark Star went with problem solving. Eli.
It's so stupid. It's poorly paced romance.
Poorly paced romance. Okay.
Yes.
Sai.
I went with parental guides.
Oh,
I went with psychological horror.
So much better.
I want everyone to remember that answer I gave because it's gonna come up again.
For God's sake.
I'm
Right.
still dying at the porn one.
I'm dying at the fact that 2 of you said porn.
Porn, yeah.
Dragons
Okay.
are
Well, then
normally
you know
quite
where our
like
heads are
ancient
at.
and yeah.
Next up, spell name. This needs to try and be a real spell. Real.
Polymorph.
Oh, yeah.
Polymorph.
Polymorph. I like that.
Mm.
Pain Darkstar also said polymorph. Sai?
I went with power word kill.
Okay.
That works.
Eli?
No, I blanked completely.
Okay. Tarn?
I wrote them path.
You wrote down pass.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, there is a spell. Pass without trace is a spell.
See, pass. I passed.
Valkyrie?
And I passed.
I got you. I got you, Tom. Don't worry.
I put Petrificus Totalis from Harry Potter.
Petrificus
That was
Totalis.
noises.
We didn't get to hear those noises
That
because
fucking peaked.
yeah, that
Me
that
too. I also put Petrificus Totalis from Harry Potter.
you made the sound that mutes
Hey, she
your
needs
mic.
to go to bed. It's 10 o'clock.
Actually, yeah, you need to go to bed. It's 10 o'clock.
Teeth in bed.
And you've had it. Okay. Fire color. What color is your dragon's fire, beginning with P?
I had pale blue.
Pale blue. Valkyrie?
Pink pastel.
Very nice. Une?
I was boring. You said purple.
Also a good choice. Solid choice. Royal color. Tarn.
I said prune.
Oh, okay. Eli?
Pale green.
Pale green. Sai?
I went with prismatic.
Ooh.
Ooh, clever.
And both Darkstar and I said periwinkle.
What color?
Oh,
It's a
for
pretty
spell
color.
name, I had Protego.
Another Harry Potter one. Yay. Okay. A story a dragon would write. I'm going to go first. I said paranormal romance.
Mm-hmm.
Sai?
Again, I'm gonna say preying on people, a guide to terrifying humans. I think that is dragon written and read by dragons.
Fair enough. Eli?
That's fair. Perfectly paced plot what plot.
Nice. So smart.
No, perfectly paced plot what plot.
Plot what plot? AKA
Yeah.
smart.
No.
Darkstar said
Also, I got a
preparing
lot of
pesky
these.
humans.
5 uses for problem by
Bipedals, yeah.
words.
Yep.
Words hard.
Hard?
I went Peter and the Dragon.
Again.
Fair enough.
Well, the first one was Pete's Dragon. This is Peter and the Dragon.
Oh, it's like a autobiography.
Mm-hmm.
Valkyrie?
I put Puff the Magic Dragon.
Okay. And Mythic?
I didn't have anything.
Fair enough. And
I
then
have
on to-
one.
Oh, did you? Oh, sorry. I thought you said yours.
No, I just continued on what Darkstar said.
I see. That's a very
She
good
did have
name.
Portal to
81 words.
pain.
Portal to Pain.
Mm.
Is that to go with their porn?
Yep.
Fair enough.
That
And
dark fantasy.
I can't wait to hear this. Name of your dragon-sized bookshelf.
You're gonna hate me so much.
Gonna start with Mythic.
I didn't have anything. I ran out of time.
Fair enough. It went far. It felt faster that time. Valkyrie.
She had to run.
Oh, Une.
Pint size.
Pimp-sized.
Pint. It's pint.
Oh, I thought she
No,
said
pint.
pimp.
Can be pimp
I know,
size.
Pimp
I
You know
shelf.
what? That's
I
more
like
on brand.
pimp,
So
pimp
let's go with
size
that.
for the pawn and the portal to pain.
Yes, it's pimp sized.
Tarn,
Okay.
Prime real estate.
prime real estate,
Ah,
nice.
nice.
Oh, nice.
Eli,
Paul, obviously.
Paul.
Oh,
Paul.
Paul.
Okay.
Paul.
Oh, okay.
Time,
I went with the Paradium.
nice. Went with Papa New Bookish.
Oh, fuck's sake.
I thought that was very funny. Quite proud of myself.
Could you call your cat husband?
I know it's your child, Valkyrie, but it sounds like the turtle humping the shoe.
Oh.
The worst thing is, I don't think she heard that.
I just realized what you said.
Tell me I'm wrong.
What do
Oh,
you mean
Lord.
does? It just didn't fucking register.
No, it's so bad because I'm trying to take a drink of water and I just can't stop laughing.
Sorry. I heard it and I'm like, I can't unhear it.
Every time you hear it now.
Oh dear.
Fuck's sake.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
I have lost it.
Oh,
We never
Lord.
had it.
Oh,
Wait, are we still
it's
listening?
recreating.
Sorry.
Yeah, you can catch up. They're lost in the
Oh,
joke that
Sorry,
Tarn
no,
is
I
about.
was being mean.
Bookshelf name?
Oh, Valkyrie,
Oh,
I'm
for the
so
bookshelf
sorry.
name, I put putting you off.
Nice.
Oh, Valkyrie, I'm so sorry.
Oh dear.
You're
Oh.
good. I went to go get my kid.
No. So no, we could hear him or them in the background, and it kept clipping through, and it sound, you know, the sound of the turtle humping the shoe. That's
Turtle opening the shoe? I don't.
no.
No,
The
there's
have you not
a
seen the turtle humping the shoe video?
Yeah, I
know
thought
if
you
I'm
said
gonna be-
opening. I was so confused.
No, the turtle humping the shoe, and because it comes through in such small clips, and because it's so in the distance, every so often we'll just hear this like, and it's the it's the turtle humping the shoe, and it clicked, and I was like, I've been trying to figure out what the fuck that reminds me of for ages. I do apologize. I don't mean to insult how your child cries or anything, but it was just it was so
It's
funny.
not how they cry. It was just because there was only a very
Why?
small part of the noise was coming through.
Oh.
Why do you do this to everyone? Last time it
Oh.
was Martin and all the fucking hand jokes, and now poor Valkyrie.
It just clicked. I was like, that's been bugging me for ages.
No,
I was just like,
posted in the VC chat.
Wait, what happened?
No, and every time I look at it, I lose it.
What's going on?
Why he posted a
He
video?
posted it in
You
VC
posted
chat,
the-
just a GIF.
The gift
Oh,
of
for
it.
fuck's sake, Tom.
It's just a gift. It's fine.
Oh.
Oh, y'all can hear him crying. I'm sorry.
No, you could only hear like a minuscule bit. So every so often you would just get come through, nothing else, and it was just that. It must have been that pitch they were hitting was picked up.
Mhm.
Oh.
And now I'm in pain again. Should we get to the last?
I
last
don't.
thing?
Well, we're already at 10:05, so
Oh,
Yeah.
maybe
I don't know if we
maybe
want
skip.
to continue on with the next.
This is
I
The
am
next
very,
ones, by the
very-
way, would have been
Mhm.
excuse for buying another book, way to injure someone with a hardcover, thing you've cried over in a book, author you'd beg for a sequel, a bookish red flag, a dream bookstore name, worst trope, best plot twist, reading snack, and way to annoy a librarian.
On what letter?
Let's have a look what letter it would have given us. L.
L.
I want to hear number 2 for people.
Laughing.
Because I would say ladle.
Wait,
But that doesn't
in
make
your
any sense.
Callback. Ladle
What
of
was
love.
number 2?
But
No,
for, right,
that's
here
how-
you go. For your dragon side quest between now
Okay.
and Sunday, I'd like you, I'm going to put this list up, and I'd like you to come up with a list of answers beginning with L. I will put it in the side quest channel.
Good.
I can just
Okay.
clip this for you if you want to.
Yeah.
Sure.
Or are you gonna do that? Do you want it in the side quest channel and you can write the side quest?
Yeah, go on then.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna head out, guys.
Yeah,
Yep.
we're going to
Take
call it
care.
there. Thank you so much for being on stream today. We had a lot of fun. And we will see you on Sunday, where we are talking
Sunday.
about Book of the Month.
Already?
Yes, and the poll will be going up tonight for our. We have 2 books of the month next month. We've got a mystery book and a fantasy book. So you can choose to read one or the other, or you can read both if you want. It's entirely up to you. There is a new club for the mystery book on Fable, which you can find linked in our useful links channel. And yeah, we will be able to talk about the shadows between us and announce May's 2 books of the month. That'll be exciting. And on
Because
that,
like 12 challenges wasn't enough.
no, there's more to come. More to come. And on
All
that,
right.
we will see you on Sunday. Bye bye.
Yep.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.